ask you something. Have you ever walked away from a conversation and thought, was she trying to tell me something without actually saying it? In the intricate world of human interactions, numerous subtle signals often go unnoticed, yet they can reveal unspoken feelings of attraction. These hidden cues aren't random flukes. They are woven into the fabric of everyday life, often tucked within a glance, a gesture, or a moment of silence. Recognizing them can unlock profound insights into someone's true emotions. Today, we're going to delve deep, not into guesses or bro advice, but into 7 scientifically supported signs that a woman may be secretly attracted to you. Each of these signs is not merely a random behavior or a coincidence. They're supported by extensive psychological research and behavioral studies. Understanding these signs can transform the way you perceive social interactions, allowing you to move through your relationships with a new kind of awareness. A grounded, calm confidence that makes you magnetic. Now imagine this. You're at a coffee shop, bookstore, or just out with friends. You notice her glance at you, then look away quickly. She smiles a little more when you speak, touches your arm lightly. You could brush it off, or you could decode it. These moments might seem small, but they're whispers of interest, signals that could be leading somewhere deeper. This knowledge doesn't just help you attract someone. It helps you connect with them on a more meaningful level. Because attraction isn't just about looks or charm. It's about energy awareness, presence. Attraction is a complex and nuanced experience, often communicated through a language of nonverbal cues and subconscious behavior. And by learning to recognize these signals, you gain a clearer understanding of the dynamics at play in your interactions. Psychologists have long studied this intricate dance, uncovering patterns and behaviors that consistently indicate interest and emotional investment. These signs are not just observations. They are part of a reliable framework, backed by data, emotion, and centuries of human experience. So let me ask you, are you ready to understand women on a deeper level, to read between the lines and discover what's really going on beneath the surface? Then stay with me, because we're about to reveal 7 signs that go beyond words and straight into the emotional heart of attraction. But before we dive in, if you're new here, please like this video and subscribe. Statistics show that only 15% of my viewers are subscribed. If this content has helped you understand people or yourself, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell, so you never miss another insight. Again, sign number 1, the lingering glance. Let's begin with one of the most quietly powerful signs of secret attraction, the lingering glance. Now, this isn't just a casual look or an accidental moment of eye contact. No, this is something much deeper. Lingering glance is a moment where time feels like it pauses, where her eyes lock onto yours. Not out of politeness or habit, but because something within her is drawn to you. This type of gaze is often held just a second longer than what's considered normal, and in that split second, so much is said. Without a single word spoken, there's warmth, there's curiosity, there's a subtle spark. But here's what most men miss. That look is often not just intentional, it's instinctual. You see, eye contact is one of the most powerful tools in human connection. It helps build trust, intimacy, and even desire. Psychologists have studied it for decades, and here's what they found: when someone maintains eye contact, especially prolonged eye contact, it increases emotional closeness. One fascinating study from the journal Psychiatry found that when strangers were instructed to stare into each other's eyes for several minutes, many began to report feelings of romantic attraction, even if there had been none before. Why? Because the eyes are not just windows to the soul. They are gateways to emotional intimacy. So when a woman gazes at you, not just briefly, but with a soft intensity, it's a moment where her conscious and subconscious desires align. But let's go even deeper on a physiological level. When a woman is attracted to someone, her pupils dilate. She may not even be aware of it. She may lean in slightly. Her breathing may change. Her brain is releasing dopamine, a feel-good chemical, just from that moment of eye contact. This isn't her deciding to be attracted. It's her biology responding to emotional and visual stimulation. In many cases, this glance comes with other cues that amplify the message. A soft smile, Slightly raised eyebrows, a shy look away, and then a glance back. It's a silent dance of curiosity and emotional invitation from a Stoic perspective. This is where your awareness becomes your superpower. Stoicism teaches presence, it teaches calm observation, and this is the perfect moment to exercise both. Instead of reacting impulsively or overanalyzing, just observe. Let her glance be acknowledged with stillness, with grounded energy. Because confidence doesn't need to rush. But why does this matter in real life? Because these small moments, these silent invitations, are often missed opportunities. So many men ignore them, or worse, dismiss them as coincidence. But if you can tune into these subtle signs, you start seeing attraction as a deeper language, one where less is more. And a simple look holds more meaning than 100 words in practical terms. The lingering glance gives you permission to start a conversation, to return the energy, to build a connection. So next time you're in a room, don't just look around. Observe, look for that one glance that stays just a second longer. The eyes that follow you when you're not looking, they might be trying to say, I see something in you I can't ignore. Sign number 2. The subtle touch. Now let's explore one of the most intimate yet often overlooked signs of hidden attraction. The subtle touch in a world dominated by screens and virtual interactions. Physical touch has become even more meaningful, more sacred. So when a woman reaches out and touches you, however lightly, it's never just a coincidence. A playful tap on the shoulder, a gentle brush of your arm as she laughs, her fingers lingering on yours when handing something over. These moments are loaded with unspoken emotion. They are invitations. They are tests. They are windows into what she's feeling beneath the surface. But why does it matter so much? Because touch, no matter how brief, bypasses logic and goes straight to the emotional brain. It speaks in the language of comfort, closeness, and curiosity. According to research published in the Journal of Social Psychology, even the lightest touch can create a surge of positive emotion both for the giver and the receiver. Why? Because it triggers the release of oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Yes, that's right. When a woman subtly touches you, she's not just being friendly. Her body is literally creating a feeling of connection from a Stoic mindset. This is a moment to be fully present. Don't overreact. Don't assume. Don't get lost in fantasy. Instead, feel it for what it is. A sign of trust, a whisper of interest, a shared space between you and her where defenses are lowered. And here's what separates a subtle touch from a casual one. It's intentional. She makes the effort to close the physical distance. It's repeated. If she touches you more than once during a conversation, take notice, it's personal. A soft pat on the back is different from a lingering touch on the wrist. The more delicate and intentional, the deeper the attraction. Touch is primal. It's the first language we learn as human beings. And when it reappears in adult interactions, especially when it's subtle, it speaks volumes about comfort, chemistry, and desire. Sometimes a woman won't say what she feels, but her hands might reveal it all. So the next time she playfully nudges you, brushes something off your shirt, or steadies herself by touching your arm, don't ignore it. Let that moment ground you in awareness, because in that gentle, fleeting connection, you might be feeling the earliest spark of something real. Sign number 3. The unspoken compliments. Let's move into a quieter but just as revealing signal of attraction. The unspoken compliment. Not every woman will come right out and say, I think you're attractive, or I love the way you carry yourself. Instead, her interest often reveals itself in subtle admiration woven into her tone, her words, her attention. You might hear her say things like, I've never met someone who thinks the way you do. You always have interesting answers. There's something calming about your presence. These aren't just polite words, they're emotional breadcrumbs, a trail of interest that leads to something deeper. But it's not just what she says, it's how she says it. Watch for that softness in her voice, that flicker of a smile when she says something kind, that moment where she pauses just to give you the floor. These are unspoken compliments, micro-expressions of appreciation that reveal how she sees you. And here's the psychological truth. Compliments activate reward centers in the brain. They make us feel seen, valued, and significant, so when she compliments your ideas, your attitude, your humor, she's not just observing, she's connecting. According to research in the Journal of Personality and Social Psychology, compliments, especially subtle, sincere ones, can dramatically increase interpersonal attraction. It's not just flattery. It's emotional recognition from a Stoic perspective. This is a call to practice, humility and gratitude. Don't let compliments inflate your ego, but don't ignore them either. Accept them with calm appreciation, and let them guide your understanding of her intent. Here's a secret. Most men don't know. Sometimes a compliment isn't about what you did. It's about how you made her feel. So when she praises your patience, your curiosity, or your honesty, she's expressing that being around you makes her feel emotionally safe and stimulated, and emotional safety. That's the foundation of romantic connection. So listen closely. Look beneath the surface of her words, because in those passing phrases, she may be telling you, I admire you. I feel something when I'm around you. I want to know you more. In those moments, don't deflect. Don't downplay it. Instead, return the warmth, because attraction often begins in silence, but grows in recognition. Sign number 4, the engaging conversations. One of the most meaningful and often overlooked signs that a woman is secretly attracted to you is her desire to engage in deep, meaningful conversations with you. This goes far beyond the surface-level small talk. We're not talking about just chatting about the weather or what you had for lunch. We're talking about those moments when time seems to slow down and suddenly you're talking about your childhood, your dreams, your philosophies on life, and everything in between. That's not random, that's intentional. When a woman is attracted to you, she wants to understand what makes you you. She listens more deeply. She responds more thoughtfully. She becomes present. Psychologists call this conversational investment. It's the act of emotionally investing time and attention into a conversation, not just to pass time, but to build connection. Studies from the field of interpersonal communication consistently show that when someone engages in rich, emotionally open dialogue, they are signaling emotional availability, curiosity, and a desire for intimacy. They are trying to move the relationship from the external to the internal. From what do you do to who are you? And when a woman starts to ask those deeper questions, when she remembers what you told her last week, when she brings up your favorite book, your view on relationships, your love of jazz, she's not just trying to make conversation. She's mapping your soul from a Stoic point of view. These conversations are sacred moments. They require presence, virtue, and most importantly, intentional listening. Stoicism teaches that real strength lies in restraint, reflection, and understanding, not in dominating a conversation, but in giving it space to breathe and flow naturally. When a woman engages in these deep talks, she's doing something vulnerable. She's letting her emotional guard down, and if you're wise, you'll do the same. Here's how to recognize an engaging attraction-based conversation. She asks questions about things that matter to you. She shares personal stories that reflect her values. She follows up on things you told her before, showing she listens. She opens the door to emotionally rich topics like hopes, regrets, or memories. These aren't accidental. They are signals of trust, signals of emotional intimacy, signals of a desire to not just know you, but to feel connected to you. So the next time a conversation with her just flows effortlessly when you look up and realize an hour has passed, without either of you noticing, that's not just chemistry. That's a sign, a quiet, beautiful sign, that something real might be unfolding. Sign number 5, the subtle gestures in the dance of silent attraction. It's not always the bold moves that reveal someone's feelings. Often, it's the subtle gestures that whisper the loudest when a woman is secretly attracted to you. She may not always say it aloud, but she will show it in the quietest ways. These gestures are soft, effortless, and often instinctive. But to a man who's emotionally aware, they speak volumes. Think about it. She adjusts her posture when you enter the room. She mirrors your movements during a conversation. She straightens your collar or brushes something off your shoulder with care. She saves you the last piece of dessert or remembers how you like your coffee. These aren't just nice actions, they're signs of emotional investment. Psychologically, this is known as affiliative behavior. Small relationship-enhancing behaviors that promote bonding and intimacy, according to a study published in Nonverbal Behavior Research. Subtle gestures such as leaning in shared laughter or small acts of service signal not just friendliness, but an emotional openness that often stems from attraction. And even more powerful than these gestures is consistency when she repeatedly makes small efforts to make you feel seen, heard, or comfortable. She's showing you that you matter to her from a Stoic perspective. This is where virtue meets awareness. It's not about reacting with ego or assumption. It's about observing with clarity, seeing her gestures not as random niceties but as emotional offerings. Stoicism teaches us to live in alignment with reason and character. And part of that is learning to appreciate without expectation and to respond with intentional calm. So what might her subtle gestures look like in real life? She texts you first, not all the time, but consistently. She remembers little things you've said and brings them up later. She gives you her undivided attention even in a room full of people. She finds ways to make your life easier without ever announcing it. And these moments, they're gold. They are the hidden chapters of her emotional story with you. A woman who's secretly attracted may not say it aloud, but she'll show it through her actions, through her time, her care, and her presence. So if you catch her doing those little things, if you feel her energy shift toward attentiveness and kindness, don't ignore it. A woman's subtle gestures are like the soft winds before a storm of love. You may not see them coming, but when you feel them, you know something powerful is about to unfold. Sign number 6, emotional openness. This next sign goes far deeper than smiles, glances, or gestures. It taps into the very heart of human connection. Emotional openness when a woman is secretly attracted to you. One of the most revealing signs is her willingness to share parts of herself that are rarely visible to others. She lets down her guard. She starts to reveal the pieces of her story that are usually tucked away. Not because she has to, but because she wants you to understand her. Think about that for a moment. She tells you about her childhood fears, her biggest failures that moment. She doubted herself in college, or the dream she's too scared to tell most people about. She's not doing it for sympathy. She's not doing it for attention. She's doing it because she feels something growing in your presence. Safety, trust, hope, emotionally opening up isn't easy for many people. Especially women who've been hurt before, it's an act of bravery. So when she begins to let you see behind her carefully curated exterior, you can be certain she feels a connection. Psychologically, this is called emotional self-disclosure, and research shows that it plays a major role in developing intimacy, according to findings from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships. When one person opens up emotionally and the other responds with empathy and care, the bond between them strengthens sometimes instantly from a Stoic viewpoint. This is where real strength reveals itself, not in grand gestures or witty lines, but in your ability to listen without judgment, to hold space for someone else's truth, to honor her vulnerability by being still patient and grounded. Remember, Stoicism doesn't ask you to suppress emotions. It asks you to understand them, to meet the emotions of others with wisdom and compassion, not impulsiveness. Here's how you'll know she's opening up emotionally. She tells you things she doesn't usually share. She asks your opinion on deeply personal matters. She opens up about past relationships, not just what happened, but how they made her feel. She lets her guard down, even if just for a moment, to be her full self around you. And here's what matters most. She's not looking for you to fix her. She's not handing you her wounds to heal. She's just looking for someone to understand. If you're that man, if you show up with presence, with patience, and without judgment, you'll not only gain her attraction, you'll learn something far more powerful. Her trust, and when trust and attraction live side by side, that's the foundation of something rare, something lasting. So don't be quick to change the subject when she starts to open up. Don't rush to fill the silence, just be there, because in those tender, honest moments, she's inviting you into a deeper emotional world. One she doesn't share with just any one sign, Number 7, respectful engagement. The final sign, one that often goes unnoticed but is deeply telling, is this respectful engagement when a woman is secretly attracted to you. It doesn't always show up in flirtation or touch. Sometimes it shows up in how deeply she respects you. She listens not just to reply, but to understand she's attentive when you speak. She remembers the little things you say and she brings them up later. Not to impress you, but because they mattered to her. She values your opinion even when she disagrees. She doesn't interrupt. She makes space for your thoughts and expects the same in return. This is powerful because in a world where so many interactions are superficial or transactional, genuine respect is rare. Respectful engagement goes far beyond being polite. It's about emotional presence. It's about showing up with integrity in every moment she spends with you psychologically. It's been proven that people who feel attraction towards someone tend to mirror behaviors that promote connection. This includes things like maintaining meaningful eye contact, speaking with warmth and authenticity, engaging in active listening, showing emotional sensitivity during conversations. She's not just being nice. She's showing you that your presence has weight, that your voice holds value, that you matter from a Stoic perspective. This is the sign that aligns most closely with virtue. Stoicism teaches us to treat others with dignity, regardless of status or benefit. And when a woman engages with you respectfully, it's not just attraction, it's alignment. She's showing you that her admiration is rooted in how you carry yourself, your values, your energy, your way of being in the world. So ask yourself, does she actively listen when you speak, even during serious conversations? Does she make an effort to support or uplift you in subtle ways? Does she treat you with consistent kindness even when no one else is watching? If the answer is yes, then you're not just dealing with attraction. You're dealing with something that has the potential to grow into real connection. And when you recognize and respond to respectful engagement with the same level of intention, you begin to co-create a bond that's rooted not in games or manipulation, but in mutual admiration and emotional intelligence. The wisdom in the silence. So these 7 signs, the lingering glance, the subtle touch, the unspoken compliments, the engaging conversations, the subtle gestures, the emotional openness and the respectful engagement. They don't scream. They don't demand. They whisper. They live in the quiet moments, in the pauses between words, in the softness of body language, and the electricity of presence. Understanding these signs won't just help you notice when a woman is attracted to you, they'll help you build relationships with depth, intention, and respect. And if you choose to walk the path of Stoicism to remain present, composed, and aware, you'll begin to move through life in a way that naturally draws people in. Not through force, not through charm, but through your energy, your calm, your clarity. As the great Stoic Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. So think deeply, feel calmly, observe clearly, because sometimes the signs are right in front of you. You just have to slow down and see them." If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Wisdom Muse, and if you want more content on Stoic psychology, relationships, and emotional mastery, turn on the bell so you never miss what's coming next. Thank you for watching, and remember, in stillness, we often find the truth.